Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Mind Fuck Podcast. Welcome, my friend. Thank you so much for taking time out to hang out with me. I am uber grateful you're here. My name is Wonu Alishi, and sometimes I do go by Amazing Soul. FCK stands for fun, compassion, and kindness. And on the Mindfuck podcast, what we essentially talk about is how to safely regulate your nervous system so you can build a capacity to sit with discomfort long enough, and also how to build trust between our brains and our body, and also how to reconnect with our inner child so we can truly start to enjoy being human. Now, we do have a little tradition that we do on the show where I read a list and I titled that list Reminders to Being Human. Now, the intention with reading that list to you is to remind myself and also in the hopes to remind you on your journey. All right. Reminders to being human. Have fun along the journey. Show yourself compassion. Be kind to others. Being complex and being simple can hold true in the same breath. Stay curious. Hold space for pauses. Hold space for not knowing. Never underestimate the power of silence. Nature has a lot of wisdom. Pay attention. There is power in we than I. If nothing else makes sense, come back to love. Pain is our greatest teacher. And the very last one, never underestimate your ripple of existence. Yay! Now let's get into the fun part of the show. All right. I want you to picture something simple, my friend. Not some huge life moment. It's not, don't even picture a breakup. Don't picture losing a job. Just picture yourself on a random day where you send a text message, a simple text message, nothing dramatic. Maybe it could be to a friend that you really care about, maybe someone you're in a relationship with, or maybe it's even a family member. And then a few hours go by after you send the text message and you do not get a response from this person. I mean, you grab your phone, you pick it up, you put it back down. You pick it up again, you put it back down. You pick up your phone, refresh, open Instagram, scroll a bit, close Instagram, check your messages again, nothing. Cricket. And suddenly, your mind starts doing what your mind does. And you go, did I say something wrong? Oh my God, are they upset with me? Did I do too much? And your body immediately gets involved. I mean, you feel this little tension in your chest, you feel your stomach drop, just enough for your whole day to suddenly shift, right? Now, imagine later that night, you finally hear from them, and their response is, "Oh, wow, I am so sorry. Today was so busy." And immediately you read that text message. Your body relaxes immediately. So for me on my journey for so many years, I used to think moments like that meant I cared so deeply. I thought, well, if I'm affected strongly by this, it means I love them. If I'm worried, it means I care. If I'm attached to the outcome, it means this matters. And then over the years, I started hearing the term acceptance. Acceptance, to surrender, accept things for what they are. And honestly, at first, it didn't really like sit well with me because for me back then, acceptance sounded like, should I stop caring? Should I lower my standards? Should I become detached to everything? Or should I just chill the fuck out and just let things happen? And I remember thinking, like, no, 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 absolutely not. Because I do care deeply about things. I care deeply about people. I really do. I care deeply about my relationship. I do care. And so when I hear accept what it is, my brain kind of translated as, so do I become passive? Like, do I just sit there and just let life happen without taking any action? And maybe along your journey, my friend, you felt that too. Maybe you've heard things like, just surrender. Just surrender. Just let it go. Accept it for what it is. And inside yourself, you're thinking, what are you even talking about? Because your experience feels real as fuck. Your feelings are fucking real. The frustration you feel feels real as fuck. The disappointment you feel feels real as fuck because you're human. Because I have seen that acceptance gets mistaken for I don't care. And for a long time, my friend, that was me. That was me. And I remember so clearly after transitioning out of the military in 2022, my whole fucking life changed. And when I say change, I mean really change. Because for me in my life, there had been structure. You wake up at a certain time, you be here at a certain time, you do this, you do that. There was a timeline, there was predictability. I knew what was going to happen in the next month, in the next 90 days, and suddenly all that changed in my life. Now I was also dealing with excruciating lower back pain while I was transitioning out of the military. So trying to understand who I was outside of the uniform, the schedules, and the expectation. And I just remember sitting in my apartment and my phone in my hand, and I was just staring, and I was like, I wasn't even scrolling on my phone, and I was just really staring because my brain, my logical brain wanted answers right then and then. Like, what am I supposed to do in my life now? Okay, what if I never fucking figure this out? And underneath all of that was a lot of fear. Fear pretending to be control. Yes. And for me back then, I thought acceptance meant, well, I guess my life is just what it is now. And I fought reality. Oh my God, really hard because I tried to control. There was fear driving the behavior. Maybe you've done this too in your life. Maybe not with your life direction. Maybe it's even with your sleep. I mean, you're laying in bed. It's about 2:13 in the morning and you check the time. Bad idea. Now you're calculating in your brain. If I sleep now, I get 5 hours of sleep. If I sleep now, I get 4. If I sleep now, I get 3. Like you're logically trying to predict how long you get to rest. And suddenly you're fighting reality. You're not sleeping anymore. You're simply fighting what is. I have lived that for so many years. I mean, I struggled for so many years with my sleep. I mean, years. And I remember being so fucking angry with myself, really fucking angry, because I would say to myself, I've done everything. I mean, every fucking thing you can think of. I mean, I used the sleep videos. I listened to the podcast. I drank some fucking tea, meditated, every fucking thing you can think of. It never worked to help with my sleep struggle. I still found myself awake at night. And acceptance back then felt very offensive to me. So acceptance sounded like, so I should not just care that I sleep, right? No, that wasn't it. What I slowly started to realize, very fucking slowly over the years, was acceptance wasn't saying, I like this. No, that's not acceptance. Acceptance wasn't saying, I approve of this. No, no, no. That is not acceptance. Acceptance wasn't saying, stay here forever. No, no, no. That's not acceptance. Acceptance was simply saying, well, this is what it is. This is what is happening right now. That's it, right now. And that's okay. Because I have seen in my journey, fighting reality was costing me so much of my energy. Reality itself wasn't. And I used to think about this all the time because as human beings, we do this constantly. Let's just say you find yourself in the traffic. You already know you're late. And you look at your GPS and it says you're 22 minutes away. Then suddenly it increases to 35. And immediately you tell yourself, no, 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 no. Frustration sets in. There's tension in your body. Your jaw tightens, right? And your hands grip the steering wheel so tight. And you start negotiating with reality. Like the traffic is going to be listening to you. Or let's just say, for example, you're standing in this grocery store line and you purposely picked the shorter line. You thought in your head, I won. And then the cashier needs assistance. And suddenly your line stops moving. Now, the other line, which you avoided, starts to move, right? You know that feeling. You do. That tiny irritation you feel, my friend, none of us are above it because we're human beings. Me neither. It still happens to me, right? We're human beings. That's what it means to be truly human. And I started realizing something on my journey. My suffering wasn't coming from reality itself. No. My suffering was coming from arguing with what's right in front of me, with what is reality. I know that, hearing this, I know that sounds simple, almost annoyingly simple, because I had to really live this before I understood it, right? Because acceptance is not, I don't care. No. Acceptance, true acceptance means I care so fucking deeply. And this is still what is happening. Do you see? Both, not one or the other. I care deeply, but this is what's happening. I mean, you can care deeply about your relationship and accept it where it actually is. I mean, you can care deeply about your body and accept what is currently happening in your body in real time. I mean, you can care deeply about your healing and accept where you actually are today. Do you see, my friend? Because before my journey, I thought acceptance meant giving up. Like, hey, I'm done. Fuck this. Now, there's a different perspective. I see acceptance way differently. Acceptance is where honesty starts. Because if I cannot admit where I actually am in my journey, how can I move forward? How can I respond? How can I choose? Honesty. That's where acceptance truly begins. And I think about the younger version of me sometimes, that child, the version of me when I was growing up who was angry, who was scared, who tried to control everything in her life, who tried to think their way into certainty. And if I could sit with that version of me right now, I wouldn't say stop caring. No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't even say detach. No. And I wouldn't even say just let go. No, I wouldn't say any of that. I'll probably say, hey, Wanu, you care deeply because you're human. Of course you do. But fighting reality is not protecting you anymore, Wanu. That's what I would say to my younger version of myself. Because I think sometimes, especially if you grew up needing to stay alert, hypervigilant, control might feel like you care. Hypervigilance can feel like responsibility. Worry can feel like love, and letting go can feel dangerous as fuck. I know that feeling. I really do. I lived that for so many years in my life. But my life kept teaching me something over and over and over again. Through my sleep patterns, through my relationships, through healing, through integration, through a lot of fucking uncertainty, through all of it. Acceptance is not, I don't care. No. Acceptance is saying, Whew, I care enough to tell myself the truth. And the truth sounds simple sometimes, so fucking simple. And the truth is, this hurt. The truth is, I'm disappointed. The truth is, I'm scared as fuck. The truth is, I'm angry. The truth is, I'm confused. The truth is, this isn't what I wanted. Because I care enough to tell myself the truth. It's not about fixing, it's not about pretending. This is no spiritual performance. This is honesty. This is being human, being honest as fuck with yourself. And maybe tonight, my friend, maybe even tomorrow morning, maybe while you're laying in bed, scrolling on your phone or waiting for that text message, or even overthinking something you cannot control, maybe ask yourself, am I suffering because of what's happening? Or because a part of me is arguing with what's happening? Because sometimes, my friend, just sometimes, peace, internal peace does not arrive because your circumstances changes. No. Sometimes peace arrives the moment we stop fighting what already is. And strangely, that's usually where movement begins. That's where real change happens. Not giving up. It's not apathy. It's not I don't care. Just acceptance. Real acceptance. And maybe those two are very different things, right? So, my friend, give yourself, this is your reminder, give yourself permission to be human. Start from there. Give yourself that permission to be human. Remember, self-compassion and kindness goes a very, very long way on this journey. And if nothing makes sense in your life right now, that's okay. Come back to love. Come back to presence. As always, my friend, I want to thank you so much for taking time out to hang out with me. I'm sending you so much love from my heart to yours. Thank you.